my name is Sir. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the commonly used Linux commands. Since many of the enterprise tools are installed in Linux server, you have to work on Linux server. So it is important to know the commonly used Linux command. Also, it is asked in job interview. Hope this video will be helpful to my viewers for their work and job. So I'm doing this video in Ubuntu 18 LTS. For the Ubuntu user, they can launch the terminal by using the shortcut key Control Alt T. So you have to simultaneously press the keys Control Alt T to launch the terminal. So I have launched the terminal. So for other users, they can do this in Windows, and other users can perform or test the command that I am going to show in online Linux terminal. So I find the Linux terminal from bella.org useful. So I will give this link in my description, and you can test your command in this terminal. So let me start with the first command, which is pwd. Pwd stands for present working directory. Sometimes you want to know in which directory your terminal you are in or you are working in. To do that, you have to type pwd as I did and hit enter. So you see that currently I am inside home Sribuds desktop YouTube Linux. My next command is ls. ls is used to list the directory, and by default it will list the files you are currently working in, and the syntax is ls option then path. So if I just type ls and hit enter, it is going to show me different files and directory that presently that are there in my present directory, which are doc and other files are there. So if you want to know additional information about the files and directory that are there, then you can go for a long listing. To do that, you have to use the option L. So ls minus L will do that. So when I do ls minus L, it gives the same files and directories, but it gives other information like this. So let me explain what these things mean. For the first thing, the first character here D for the doc represents that it is a directory. So for this file it is empty, so that means it is an ordinary file. So after that, the 9 characters, which are rwx are so they will represent the access of the files. So for the first one, the first directory, so first rwx represents the access for the user or owner of the directory or the file. So in this case, for doc, you have the access read, write, execute. So for the file, let's say test.sh, you have access read, write, and you have access read, write, but you do not have execute access. So by read access, we mean that you can view the content of the file and when you have write access, you can modify the file. So that means for the test.sh I can modify that file. The next set of character represents the access of the group, and for the file, let's say the second file here, the group has read write access and doesn't have execute access. And the next set of character represents the access of others. So others means any other users. So in a Linux server or a system, you will have multiple users and groups. So based on that, you will find the access. So the next information here, the 2 and the 1s, and this represents the memory block allocated to that file. And after that, the Srivastava here, the next character or next field represents the username, and username the file belongs to or owner of the file or folder. After that, the next field represents the group of the file. So in this case, the group of the file is or folder is Srivastava, and that of the group is also Srivastava. The next field represents the memory occupied by the file or directory in byte. That means for the file test.sh, the size of the file is 19 byte. The next field represents the last modified date of the file. So the test.sh is last modified on 18th April, and the last modified date for this one is 1st April. And the last field represents a name of the file or the directory. So these are the name of the files and directory. Then the next thing that we can do with ls is that, let's say we want to find out all the files including the hidden files in your current directory. Then how can you do that? You can do that by using the -a option. So using the long listing and the -a option together, I can write ls -la and hit enter. So it is going to give me all the files including the hidden files. So you see that the first two entries as dot and double dot. So dot represents current directory and double dot represents parent directory in Unix. So these are coming as hidden files when we try to do ls-la. Then the ls-la by default lists the file in alphabetical order from A to Z. So if you can see that, we see first it is coming D, then F, then in the last, so it is coming in the alphabetical order. So alphabetical order of the file names. If we want to sort the files by the last modified date, then we can do that by using the -t option. So we can say ls-lt, then you can see that it is going to list the files, long list the files in the descending order of the last modified date. So you see, so the last modified date for the doc is the latest one, so it is coming fast, and upgrade, which is modified very early, is coming at the end. So if you want to reverse the order, then you can use the minus R option. So ls minus ltr can achieve that. So you will find the latest modified file at the bottom. So together with the minus A option, which will include the hidden files, we can do that by using ls minus latr. So it is going to give you the informations that we need. Similarly, if we want to list the files in another directory than the directory presently we are working on, then we can do that by saying ls minus l. Let's say we want to list the file inside doc, and we'll say ls minus l doc. So we can see that. So these are the two files that are there. Similarly, if we have list the ls minus l then upgrade, then it is going to show us what are the different files that are there inside doc. Then the next thing in ls is that if we want to show the files name in a particular pattern, for example, if file having .txt as extension or is ending with .txt and we want to list those files, then we can do that by using the wildcard character star. So star.txt, it is going to give us the files that are ending with .txt. Similarly, we can find out the files starting with the character f. So ls minus l f star is going to give us the name of the files starting with f. So this way we can perform different activities related to listing of files. Going ahead, the next command that we are going to discuss is cd command, which stands for change directory. So the syntax is cd path. So let's say we want to change the current directory that we are working on from to, let's say, doc. Then we can see cd doc and to a pwd. You can see that now we are inside doc. So when we say cd doc without a slash at the forward slash at the beginning of the path, then we are changing the directory by using relative path. But when we try to do that using a slash at the beginning of the file, beginning of the path, then we basically do that by using absolute path. For example, let's say we want to change the directory to desktop, then we can do that by using the absolute path, which is so this. Now if you see, so we are inside desktop. Then let's say we want to change the directory that we are previously in. So when we do a cd minus, it is going to change back to the directory that we were previously working. In this case, we were working in the YouTube Linux doc, which we got back to. Then let's say we want to go to the directory one level down. That means in this case we want to go to Linux. Then we can do that by using the double dot, which represents the parent directory. So cd double dot will get to the Linux, which is one level down, the doc. So this is all about the cd command. So the next command that we are going to work with is the echo command. So echo command is used when we want to display something into our terminal. Let's say we want to say hello world in our terminal, then we can do that by saying hello world. So you can see that we are able to display hello world into our terminal. Next thing, let's say we want to include the escape character in the things. So we want to have a new line when we are trying to display, then we can use the option echo -e and then use the /n to get a new line. So you see that we got hello world, this is true. Then similarly, let's say we want to we can use a double quote and single quote with echo. So there is a difference between single quote and double quote. And double quote will expand any variable that we are going to use, but single quote will not expand, so it will display the string as it is. So let's say we have a string a equal to hello, and we want to display the value of value of a using echo. Then we can do that by saying so you can see that now in place of $a we got hello. But if we do the same thing by using single quote, then it is not going to display it. So we got $a. So this is the difference between single quote and double quote. Now, so you got that we got a lot of information in our terminal. So to clear out those information, we can use the command clear. Okay, so this is all for this video. We will talk about other commands that we can use in our next video. So please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more such video, and do comment. Bye.